What's going on? Welcome back to the Musa Game here, and today I'm here to give you a big announcement for the channel, and that is that yes, Musa Gaming is actually joining another restart project, and that restart project is going to be called Project Zenith. Now, for those of you who actually watched all of my videos in the past couple weeks, you guys might actually recognize Project Zenith from a couple videos ago. That I actually did a big shout out for, and in thanks to a lot of contributions that one of the members of the leadership party of this channel has made, Drew. And yeah, the leadership team of Project Zenith actually was pretty pleased with the results that they have seen in terms of the members' growth within the channel, within the server, and then they have actually asked me to actually join their server as part of the membership program. So I would like to give a big shout out to everyone who have actually joined the project because of my announcement, as well as the leadership team for actually considering me for that membership project. Because yeah, it's not cheap, guys. It's not cheap. They're actually signing up for the highest tier of my membership program, which is actually quite expensive at in the monthly basis. So yeah. In today's video, we're gonna actually go ahead and talk to you about some of my involvements with the project, what the project's really about, and then what they have planned for, as well as some of the revamped information page that I actually have done and worked on throughout the last couple weeks, so that you guys have a better understanding of what the server is about, as well as a lot of the information that they actually updated that would actually give you a better picture of what this project is about. Now, with that said, let's just go ahead and start off with our brand new key art for the project. And yeah, this is the new key art for the project. And as you guys can see, it is a restart project. So it does use that little bit of a chibi Musa Gaming image. And it has the Project Zenith logo in the back of its clothes. And it still has that Mudim kind of like thematics that I have for every single one of my key arts. But then again, for any videos that you guys actually see from here onward, you guys will be actually seeing this key art mixed with the thumbnails anywhere that you guys actually can see, so that you guys can recognize that this is actually related to the Project Zenith video. And this is the same that I go for, let's say, a max level newbie project, as well as a Project Vortex, or even Musa Gaming in 3927 as well. So yeah, this key art, if you guys ever see this key art, just recognize that this is going to be related to Project Zenith. So just to give you a little bit of key art, yeah, this is pretty awesome, right? I mean, I usually use what's this called, the ChatGPT, and ChatGPT has done a great job creating this key art. I mean, like, I gave a lot of reference pictures and all that, but yeah, this is looking pretty darn awesome. But just want to kind of give you a shout out of how that art actually was made, as well as how that's looking, because it's looking pretty darn good. With that said, let's just go ahead and go over some of the main information that I was shared before, because I think some of the things are actually worth re-mentioning, because it's been a couple weeks since we actually talked about the project, right? About the project, there's this actually goes over some of the information about the project, and we are a team, a community, and family. Our primary goal is inclusivity. Obviously, this is very, very important when you're actually starting off a new project. You just got to make sure that you want to have everyone kind of included, right? They don't want to leave anyone behind because you're speaking different languages or your power is so low, anything like that. We just want to make sure that you are, when you're starting off a new project, you want to go to a server that is actually very, very inclusive. And Project Zenith is actually just that, right? They have multilingual bots that would actually help you communicate yourself with others within the server, as well as your leadership, which is actually really, really awesome. And they have many different areas that you can actually read through that just kind of make sure that you are feeling inclusive, included within the community. And also at the same time, they do have a little bit more information about their secondary goals, which is one, they want to actually dominate both native and sleeper kingdoms, which is actually really, really crazy. Usually, a lot of new players actually get to choose whether they want to be within whether they want to go to the native kingdom or the sleeper kingdom based on their spend level and like how many gold chests they can expect. Because usually, native kingdom actually gets more gold chests and all that stuff. But in this Project Zenith, they're gonna actually try to dominate both native and sleeper kingdoms, which means that there's gonna be a lot of gold chests, a lot of purchasers that are gonna be part of both native and sleeper, which is actually really, really good. And they're gonna try to become an Imperial Kingdom, by being a high A seed It allows us to utilize every bit of our potential kingdom strength, making us ready to go, ready to basically fight for even 1v3 in KVK1, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because 1v3 in KVK1 is very, very tough to do, right? My project right now that I'm in, which is Project Vortex, although we are very, very strong, we're very, very strong compared to all the other kingdoms within the KVK1. We are not going 1v3 because, yeah, it just is really, really that difficult. But Project Zenith wants to make sure that they are actually ready for, in the worst case scenario, which is actually going 1v3 against KVK1, which I think is a good preparation for their successes in KVK1 and hence KVK2 and onward as well. So very, very good goal, I think, personally. And then having the best leadership possible. And I'll go over each and every member of the leadership later, because I think it's part of the kind of kingdom information that I'll go over later. But yeah, that's basically what it is. And then we are win all preseason conquest KVKs, which is very, very ambitious goal. But I think if they're planning on going 1v3 in KVK1, and if you actually win KVK1 1v3, there's going to be a lot of migrants who wants to migrate to your kingdom from KVK2, so that they can actually win the KVK2 and then win that inscription choice chest at the end of KVK2, like I'm actually planning to do for my Kingdom 3879 account. So, yeah, planning for winning all 3 KVKs makes sense if they want to be an Imperium Kingdom for early game, which is, I think, really, really good plan. Now, this is what's actually important, our launch plan. So we will be creating 3 sleeper alliances around 4153 to 4169. Now, the reason why this is important is because this kind of gives you an idea of when we're actually planning to do what. Now, granted that we still have minimum 4 months until June start date, just kind of like keep those kingdom numbers in your mind so that you guys can kind of better understand, oh, well, I thought as it gets closer to like Kingdom 4150 to 4160s, you guys might think, oh, well, Project Zenith might actually be somewhere around. If I'm starting off a new project, if I'm starting off a new restart account, let's just see where the Kingdom Zenith is. And then if you want to actually check out their kingdoms, obviously you guys should definitely do that at the end of the day, right? And exact kingdom numbers, I think we're still working on them. So yeah, so please kind of stay tuned within the project Discord channel, just so that you guys can have a better understanding of when it's starting. Now, another thing that they actually wanted me to mention is that March test run plans. So in order for a project to run flawlessly when they actually start in June, they want to actually do a test run within March so that they can test a couple of things probably. I think one of them that I could think off the top of my head is just forming an alliance that could dominate each kingdom, right? Because they want to dominate both sleeper and native kingdom, right? So if they want to do that, they got to make sure that they can actually formulate the kingdom fast, form alliances really, really fast, and then, build alliance fortress, make sure they actually branch out to other zones so that they can actually control all zones, right? So that's, I think, what they're planning on testing in March. So if you guys actually do join this project, and then if you guys want to actually get more involved with the project, I would say you guys should definitely check out the March test plans, because for one, you'll be able to actually get yourself known to the leadership team that's actually running this plan, right? At the end of the day, if you want to be in the top 1, top 2 alliances, you want to make sure that you're known to the leaders of the kingdom, right? So if you want to make sure that you're not really a big spender, but you want to make sure that you want to appeal that you're actually a very, very active player, joining that March test plan might actually be the perfect opportunity for you to do that. So just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a leadway into what you guys should be doing if you guys are thinking about, showing yourself how active you are at the end of the day, So that's just my opinion. You guys should definitely check out the March test plan regardless. All right, and we have some spender overview, which actually is going to get updated. But let's just go ahead and go down a little bit. And yeah, this is Drew, which is actually the guy who actually got me introduced into Project Zenith. Who's a big member of my channel. He also said a little bit of spender updates that he has. And look at that. Also, to add, we will now have 8 T5s in KVK1, which is actually really, really a lot. given the fact that we only have like half of the server's slots filled only. So this number, 8 T5s in KVK1 could actually go up, but this eight T5s in KVK1 is actually enough for you to potentially go 1v3 in KVK1, as they said before. And then we have 15 people pushing T4 day one, guys. They have 15 people pushing T4 day one. Now, if you guys are ever wondering how all of my restart projects are actually progressing a lot faster than, let's say, your accounts or anyone else's account, really, is because I'm actually making sure that I'm also always in the top alliance of a very high spending kingdom on those accounts so that I don't fall behind. Project Vortex is a very high spending kingdom. And then Kingdom 3879 is a very high spending kingdom, right? And if there's 15 people who are pushing T4 day one, guys, just to imagine the amount of benefits that you're going to be getting for being in the top one, top two, top three, even like top 4, 5, 6 alliances. Because yeah, that's how you can actually get a head start within this within this game, right? So just make sure that this just understand that this is not the full capacity that we're going to have by June. Just know that as of February 7th, which is still 4 months before the project even starts, we haven't even done the test run, we have already secured 8 T5s and 15 people pushing T4 in day one, which is, I think, pretty crazy in my opinion. But anyways, and then later down the video, I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys through the newly updated information section, which I think Drew has actually mentioned that is updated, which I think is a big information update that they have actually done. I think I already went over the March, the March schedule, which is test run. You guys just make sure that if you guys want to show to the leadership that you guys are, you guys are active enough to join the first couple alliances, then I would say just go ahead and show yourself at the March test run and just make sure that they are actually aware of your presence at the end of the day. And then here, and if possible, we would like to appreciate a brief mention of your anticipated involvement with the project at a later stage. Okay, so this is something that I do want to kind of talk to you about because this whole project is actually done as part of the membership program. And for full transparency, I am actually doing this for the minimum of first 3 months. And that first 3 months just means that I'll be going through the first KVK with them at the very least, right? But if I get a lot of viewership from this project, going through this project, and if a lot of people are actually very satisfied to actually with the content, I might actually decide to continue playing on thereafter. If the leadership is really happy and they want to actually renew the project, the monthly subscription, then I might actually continue playing thereafter. But for the guaranteed time, first 3 months, I'll be actually joining the project for the minimum of the first 3 months. So you guys can actually just go ahead and just be assured that I'll be at least there for the first KVK. And if you guys actually don't feel like that's actually giving you a little bit of advantage, I think it will give the project enough publicity personally, so that a lot more people will be actually joining. But just to be clear, yes, I'll be joining the project from sleeper accounts, and then from at a sleeper account perspective, and then yes, I'll be joining for the first KVK. Just be assured that that's going to be my minimum involvement with the project. And if they do extend my membership from thereafter, I'll go ahead and join them for following KVKs as well. In terms of my planned spend level and involvement for this kingdom, I'm most likely going to actually spend minimally. And most likely I'm going to go ahead and spend for the 30-day gem supply. And maybe, maybe the growth fund. And then I'll try to kind of showcase what it's like to be a true low spender in this game. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing this as part of my membership. I can't be going around spending like $1,000 on buying all of the Riders of History bundles and all that stuff. But I think it'll be interesting either way, because at the end of the day, you guys have seen both of my accounts has spent considerable amount of money, right? And you guys always wanted to see how it's like for you guys to see me being free to play, and this is probably as close as I'm gonna get as free to play player, right? So yeah, that's just I just wanted to give you a little bit of overview of how I plan on getting involved with the project, as well as kind of like my spend level for that. So yeah, just wanted to give you a little bit of highlights. And let's just go back and see if I missed anything. Additionally, if the time allows, yeah, the marsh is fine. And yeah, your involvement greatly appreciate it. Really appreciate you reaching out to me about this, Drew, as well. And let's just go to the project Zenith official Discord channel. And for those of you who are actually wondering where this link is for you to actually join the project Zenith, I'll actually put the description. I put the link in the description down below. Also, at the same time, I'll actually pin a top comment that would actually have the link to the project Zenith as well. So if you guys are interested in joining this project, please go ahead and find that information from down below, as that will be very, 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 very prominently shown in my description down below. But anyways, one thing that I do want to kind of point out is that there is a new tab within the information section called About Project. And this right here actually has all the information that you need for you to actually know about the project at the end of the day. So let's just go ahead and take a look at each and every one of them. Alliance info. So if you go to the alliance info, it actually gives you a little bit of background on each alliance that they actually plan on doing. And this is basically a little summary of their top alliances and their leadership team. So you guys not only get to know what the top alliances are going to be, but also at the same time, you guys will get to know who are going to be R5s and then what they actually plan on doing as well. For example, Zenith Empire, which is actually the best, the top one alliance that they plan on doing, is basically led by Wonder and TRE. And then they kind of give you a little bit example, a little bit of, I would say, overview of what they have done in the past, as well as what their goals are. So let's see. Wonder has years of experience playing leading alliances in RK. Most recently, he and TRE co-led Project Tempest, a project that was founded and launched within a span of 2 weeks for fun, and still ended up succeeding greatly. 16 T5s KBK1, really? And top 1 in DKP. So this is a big project. So Wonder already has a very good experience leading a project that was only made in 2 weeks, which is kind of crazy. But okay. And then TRE. TRE has 3 years of experience being R4 and R5, leading kingdoms, being in council, and being king. Okay, so he has experiences all around. He has held the king title in 3 kingdoms and has been council of leadership of 8 kingdoms. Wow. Okay, so he actually was a king of 3 kingdoms and then council of 8 kingdoms. That is actually very, very impressive. I personally speaking, I cannot for the life of me actually be a leader or the R4, R5, whatever the case might be. I just don't really have time. Or the energy. It's actually more about the energy than the time, in my opinion, because yeah, I have time to make 4 different accounts, but I never have the energy to actually go after people and be like, hey, you should do this and this and this. No, I don't really have the energy for that, but it's good that we have very, very energetic, very motivated R5s for the top alliance. That is actually awesome. The plan for this alliance, Zenith Empire will be the Project Zenith's #1 alliance. This alliance will hold the Lost Temple. Now, it actually doesn't stop there. It actually lists out all the major alliances that they actually plan on doing. Now, Zenith Dominion is actually led by Dequadra, Dequadra. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm saying his name wrong, but yeah, this is actually the top 2 alliance, led by Dequadra. Dequadra has been playing Rise of Kingdoms for almost 4 years, almost as long as I did, and has been council member / R4 in multiple kingdoms. He's ready to help everyone who needed and to make who when needed and make this project the best of all summer. So the Quadra is going to be the leader for Zenith Dominion. So if you guys want to be in the top 2 alliance, make sure you guys actually do contact the Quadra. And then, yeah, it says that Dominion will be actually Project Zenith's top 2 alliance. This alliance will be almost identical to Project Zenith Empire in every possible aspect except Lost Temple. So even if you're in the top 2 alliance, I think they plan on distributing the resources well enough, especially those holy site rewards, which would actually be really, really huge when you actually want to make those progressions within the early game. I think being in top 1 or top 2 alliance will be really, really powerful because their reward seems to be very, very identical to one another. And we have other alliance, top 3 alliance, I think. Yeah, Zenith Invictus is led by Onyx. Has been playing for almost 3 years. He has led many alliances in Rise of Kingdoms, held the king title once, and has been in many Kingdom Council of top alliance leadership teams. He also co-led a top team in a past Supreme Strife event. So Onyx is actually co-leading one of the top Supreme Strife event. That's actually crazy because like I haven't even played Supreme Strife event on my main account because my power is not really high enough. So yeah, Onyx obviously has way more experience than I do. I think that's very, very awesome resume to have, in my opinion. Now, again, this Zenith Invictus is going to be the top 3 alliance of the Project Zenith. Very, very awesome. Zenith Shadows. Okay. Zenith Shadow is led by Billy. Billy has years of experience playing Rise of Kingdoms. He loves to help smaller players grow their accounts and teach them how to play. So if you guys actually are starting off the game just now, and this is actually your first or one of the first few projects that you actually are joining, I would say joining Project Zenith Shadows and then getting the help from Billy might actually be a great opportunity. But yeah, the plan is that this is actually going to be in the top 4 alliances. This alliance will be one of the native 6 alliances. Okay, so this actually is going to be one of the native alliances. So each alliance, I guess, might have a plan for sleeper and native. So if you guys actually are choosing which project, which alliance that you want to join, I would say just go ahead and take a look at those as well, because if you're just native, I think you might have to join not the first 3 alliances, but then again, maybe the later 3 alliances. But it looks like Zenith Shadows will be one of the 6 native alliances. Interesting. Zenith Crusaders. Okay, this is Crusaders Zenith Crusaders Alliance, which is going to be led by Fearless. Fearless is a Rise of Kingdoms content creator. Oh, Fearless is the creator. Okay, and has years of experience playing and leading alliances in Rise of Kingdoms. Okay, so this is a creator-led alliance, which is actually really interesting. If you guys want to get your account a little bit more exposure and talk to Fearless as you guys play on this alliance, you guys might actually want to consider joining Zenith Crusaders. And Zenith Crusaders is going to be the top 5 alliances. This alliance will be one of the 6 native alliances as well. And then we also have Zenith Myrmidon. I think that's how you say the name. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. And then meet the leader. We have Lise. Am I saying your name right, Lise? I'm sorry if I'm not. Lise has lots of experience playing as R5 in ROK. His most recent ROK experience was in 3890, where he led the top 6. Okay. So he has experience leading a very recent kingdom, 3890, which you guys can look it up and see how successful that kingdom is. Because definitely holding an R5 and being a king of one of the top alliances within a big kingdom does really make sense. So Lisa is going to be leading Zenith Myrmidon. I just love their name, by the way. I'm a big Achilles fan, as you guys might not know. So yeah, that's very awesome. And then this is going to be one of the 6 native alliances. So first 3 alliances obviously have their own advantages because you have to join the sleeper account and then try to be holding the Lost Temple and then get all the top rewards for the first 3 alliances. But the later 3 alliances, if you guys are actually wanting to be, if you guys actually want to join the project as more of a native project, then you guys can actually join either Shadows, Crusaders, and Myrmidon. And it really depends on your preference, in my opinion, which one that you actually join. But all 6 seems to be led by very experienced leadership. So yeah, that is alliance overview for this kingdom. Very interesting. All right, let's go back and let's go ahead and go through the project structure / leadership. Now, project structure, it actually gives you who is the king. Wonder and Honey will be the king, it looks like. And then we have every member of the council listed over here. We see a lot of familiar names from the last slide, which is actually going to be where the leaders of each alliance, which is good. So everyone, if you guys were wondering who the council members will be, you guys can actually reach out to any one of those, and then they will be more than happy to most likely just let you know what they are thinking and then what their plan is at the end of the day. If you guys ever want to know when the March a March test run is going to happen, you guys should actually reach out to those people, and they will be able to answer to those as well. Alliance leaders, we already looked at it, but it looks like they have it listed over here. Very, very well organized, which is really, really awesome. And then leadership divisions. So we have what they actually are, what their like specific roles are, like territory, data, war, internal affairs, events, diplomacy, recruitment, and then migration. So if you guys are, for example, looking to migrate to Kingdom Zenith, then you guys should actually reach out to Hawklate and Failure. Yeah, Hawklate and Failure. If you guys want to do Diplo for KPK1, KPK2, you guys should reach out to Wonder and General Tito. So yeah, definitely check out the leadership division to make sure that you guys are reaching out to the right people when you guys are actually reaching out to the R4s and R5s and councils. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our goals. Our goals. Primary goal. I think this is something that I actually did talk to you about in the last video as well as this video. Primary goal. Our primary goal is inclusivity. Okay, this is actually same thing that I went through. So let's just go ahead and go through this one more time. Okay, so primary goal is inclusivity. We want all of our members to feel and included and welcome in Project Zenith. We accomplish this by having translator bots in our servers and bilingual and multilingual membership leaders. So this is actually key because what I've seen in a lot of the young kingdoms especially is that they tend to kind of cast out the people that are not the majority of the kingdom. So for example, let's say when I first started off Rise of Kingdoms back in Kingdom 2811, 2812. Yeah, 2812. 2812. I was a native to 2812. I didn't really know what the projects were back then. So when I started the Rise of Kingdoms in 2812, there was a lot of people that were just Vietnamese. And I just started the game because I saw an ad or something like that, right? So I didn't know who to join. I just joined the top alliance. They were all Vietnamese. But one of the kingdom's leading Vietnamese group actually casted me out because I was actually one of the few English speaking people. And then when I joined Kingdom 2811, like that, then we kind of like, that's when I kind of actually started really, really playing because Kingdom 2811 was actually speaking primarily English, right? So yeah, like having an inclusivity as their primary goal, I think is a really, really big thing in my opinion. So yeah, I think that's really, really awesome. And another thing, actively chatting and forming deep relationship and bond with one another. That's really, really good. And for those of you who are actually wondering if you guys want to join if you guys want to form more bond with one another, I will say just go ahead and check out the March test run as well, because March test run is going to be really, really important. And answering any and all questions in depth as much as possible, and then cutting any and unnecessary drama from Project Zenith, which is huge. You guys have seen that I ran through a couple projects in the past, or a couple kingdoms in the past, where it just ended in dramas, right? It ended because of drama, it ended in drama. It's unnecessary when you want to run an efficient kingdom at the end of the day. So making sure that you're cutting off all unnecessary drama and making sure you're trying to reach that goal, I think is really, really key, right? Okay, secondary goals. Dominating both native and sleeper kingdoms. This is something that I went over last time, but yeah, they plan on dominating both sleeper and native and sleeper kingdoms. Doing this will ensure the easiest run possible to prepare for the KVKs efficiently, which I 100% agree. Even if you're only there for a couple weeks, right? Sleeper kingdoms, even if you're only there for a couple weeks, if you cannot secure yourself as a dominant members of the alliance within that kingdom, you will just waste so much time, resource, and speed ups just from fighting to gain the territory or lose the territory, right? So making sure that they dominate both of the kingdoms is actually really, really good. And become an imperium kingdom. This is actually very, very crucial, right? If you want to become an imperium kingdom, you have to start from before you even start the project, which is actually right now, right? Being a high A seed, and it will allow us to utilize every bit of our potential kingdom strength, making us ready for anything that is thrown in our way. We're aiming to have enough manpower to do 1v3 in KVK1 and 1v7 in KVK2, which is very, 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 very ambitious, but very, very crucial in the kingdom's success at the end of the day, right? Because if you don't if you end up winning 1v3 in KVK1, that's when you actually get the migration enough for you to actually win 1v7 in KVK2, or like 2v5, 2v6, whatever it is that you actually end up being positioned in KVK2, you need to be prepared for you to actually go 1v3 in KVK1. And it all starts from there, from my experience playing KVK1 and KVK2 in one of my restart projects, right? So I think that's a very, very good plan. And having best leadership possible, having the best leadership possible, having a good leadership means a stable kingdom. Having calm and collected leadership like we do now, that avoids all unnecessary drama, will allow us to have a stable community, making a smooth ride for easy victory for us and members. This is very, very true. I think this is very, very crucial for us at the end of the day. So yeah, that is very, very interesting. And win all pre-season conquest KVKs. Okay, so that's a couple of things that I think is very, very ambitious, but still is necessary for you to have, right? Because at the end of the day, if you win KVK1 but lose KVK2, a lot of kingdoms end up disbanding, right? Because KVK2 is where you actually end up getting the special inscription choice chest, right? If you don't get that, a lot of kingdom members actually might get disappointed and disband the kingdom. So if you want to design for a successful kingdom that runs from KVK1 to KVK4, I think planning for them to actually win all 3 KVK is probably the right way to go about it. So I would say this is a pretty good plan. This is probably the best plan that they have, and I think they should plan as such. Back to this, and then let's go ahead and go to our plans. Right. So our plan. Upon starting our sleeper accounts, we will make 3 alliances: Zenith Empire, Zenith Dominion, and Zenith Invictus. All sleepers will fill these alliances immediately, so we can get fort down as soon as possible. Our diplomacy, recruitment, and migration divisions will work to secure as many top alliances as family as possible. At least 1 alliance in each zone. So this is crucial because, again, if you go into a sleeper account and then you actually start fighting the natives and then you just like lose a lot of power and spend a lot of resources and time that you could have spent actually just leveling up your tech and all that stuff, that's just unnecessary, right? So, planning to dominate the sleeper kingdom, I think, is a very good plan. Yeah, and then recruit players to join us in the native kingdom. That is fair. After 8 or 9 days, our natives will start and make 6 alliances, securing top 1 to 6 in each part as part of zone 1 as soon as possible. Okay, so they plan on, again, dominating the main and the native and the sleeper accounts kingdom, so our sleepers can actually have the easiest transition into the native kingdom as possible. Our diplomacy and war team will play key roles in native kingdom, convince at least 1 alliance of each native kingdom zones to join our community as subs. If the alliance refuses to join us, our war division will step in and organize an attack to dispose all alliance before they possibly become a problem. I would say that's a fair preparation. All right, so that was our plan. Go back to about project, and we have rewards policy and Midas governor policy. So rewards policy. So holy sites. Swapping between alliances for rewards will not be permitted. Okay, so this is actually very important because that's what kind of draws most people to want to be in the only first, like the first top 1 alliance and top 1 alliance only. But if you're actually not permitted to swap between those alliances as kind of like the default, I think that's actually very, very motivating for top 2, top 3, top 4, top 5, top 6 alliances to actually just grow their own alliances at the end of the day, which I think is really, really good plan. Our Project Zenith Alliance will not accept any players during those times of 8 hours before Holy Sites are claimed and 30 minutes after Holy Sites are claimed. Cool. Very, very good plan. This is to ensure no non-project members steal rewards from our alliance, and so all members get a fair amount of Holy Site rewards. Okay. If Project Zenith members, if a Project Zenith alliance needs help capturing a pass or Holy Site, 1 to 3 kingdoms with permission from leadership are allowed to go help capture the pass and Holy Site, which is good. Kingdom trophies. Kingdom trophies will be distributed based on the contribution to kingdom, which is good. And that includes donating the alliance tech, donating to bank, spamming help button, and the rallying bar force, etc. Everything that most kingdoms actually value as kingdom contribution is really, really good. Midas Governor event. So fixed and open Midas Governor event. That kind of goes over each what is fixed Midas Governor event, and then what is an open Midas Governor event, and then it kind of goes over each policy for Pre-KBK and KBK1, all Martel My Discovery events are fixed, which is understandable. Martel only has used as a garrison lead and is most usable as garrison leads only, so that is fine. All Caesars and LC My Discoveries will be open. That is very, very fair, in my opinion. After KBK1, most, if not all, My Governor event will be fixed unless there is a fight that lands on day 5 or day 6. Okay, so if you're actually a very active fighter, you can still compete for it, even though you're not a rally or garrison lead, if you guys really, really want that commander at the end of the day, which is good. And I think that's pretty much everything that we need to know about from the About project. Again, very, very detailed, very, very, I would say, comprehensive about project information that they have, which I think is awesome. Is there anything else that I missed from One Hope Wars? I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. Anything else? Yeah. In terms of dates, guys, there's no specific days, but it looks like I have covered everything that I was supposed to cover. Again, I'll be joining there as a sleeper to this project, so stay tuned, guys, for more updates on when I start joining the kingdom. I'll keep you guys updated on like when I'm joining. Like let's say a week before, I'll maybe say, hey, I'm joining this kingdom next week. Come join me. So yeah, something like that might actually happen, might or might not actually happen, but I'll keep you guys updated on when I'm joining, at least on the Discord channel side, so you guys are fully aware of where I'm going, what I'm doing at the moment for Project Zenith. And once again, guys, thank you guys so much for joining today's video. I know this was a long video. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please go ahead and drop me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, guys. And if you guys want to join the Project Zenith, guys, you guys should definitely check out the link from the description down below, as well as the link on the comment down below as well. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video, guys. Peace!